A new version of the Roblox Rainbow Friends mod just dropped on Friday Night Funkin', and this one is interesting because it has a little bit of a backstory to it. Now, if you're familiar with the original Rainbow Friends game, you'll know that in the beginning you're actually on a school bus and you're heading on a field trip, but you end up actually getting sidetracked and taking a detour, which takes you to the Rainbow Friends facility. This is basically what happened to boyfriend and girlfriend, and we all know that boyfriend and girlfriend are not very smart, so they probably didn't even know anything was wrong. But the bad part is that girlfriend ends up getting lost and boyfriend now has to try to find her. And to make matters worse, boyfriend actually runs into the character named Blue. We hear his footsteps and we can see his shadow walking around. And boyfriend literally uses a box just like in the original Rainbow Friends game in order to hide from Blue. And one thing that I noticed here is that he is super aggressive in this mod and he definitely wants to take boyfriend. Something that I found interesting in this mod is that you don't just get blue balled if you miss too many notes like in other songs, but Blue will actually jump scare you just like he does in the original game. Now it's hard to say for sure what Blue does to people when he catches them, but we can assume that he eats them because the screen literally says you died when he catches you. Meaning that if boyfriend can't hold him off until he finds girlfriend, he will definitely get eaten alive. Now something that I love about this mod is that we get to see the other monsters in the background, starting out with Green first. For those of you that don't know, Green is the second monster that actually pops up in Rainbow Friends, and unlike Blue, he's actually blind, meaning that he can't actively chase any of the players, but he can hear very well, so any like doors opening or any footsteps, he'll be on it. Something else that I find interesting, and probably why he's looking directly at boyfriend in the box, is because Green is one of the only monsters that can take you out while you're in a box. And that's not actually a bug in the game, since he doesn't depend on sight. If he hears a person or if he feels a person, he can basically take you out, even if you're in the box. And a fun fact about Green is that technically he's the tallest monster in Rainbow Friends so far. The next monster that we see in the background here is going to be Orange, and he's the third monster that we run into in Rainbow Friends. Now technically he's the smallest monster of the bunch, but he's also the quickest, so when you're playing the game you have to make sure to feed him so that it's less likely that he'll actually come out and try to hunt players. I personally found him to be one of the easiest to avoid because even though he's super fast, you can kind of see where he's going, so as long as you're paying attention you can hide or just get out of his path. The next monster that we see in the mod you may have missed because it's purple and he's actually hiding in the vent, which is exactly what he does in the original game as well. In the game, if you actually get too close to those vents, purple will stretch his arms out and just drag you in there and we assume eat you as well. Fun fact here, even though I haven't seen it myself yet, purple is supposed to be able to take people out even if they're in a box, but you don't run into purple all that often until the final chapter, so it's hard to tell if that's true or not. Somebody can put in the comments if they were ever in a box and were still able to get taken out by purple. Now the last character that we get to see pop up in the background is Red, and Red is interesting because he's the only monster in the mod that isn't actually hostile. In the game, he seems to be some type of scientist, and it's been theorized that he may be the person who actually created the other monsters. He's also only one of the monsters that can speak, and he has an interesting line at the end of the game where he says things are about to get crazy. And we don't know if that means that he's going to be a threat himself or if the monsters are going to get more aggressive. But I'm excited to see what they do next with the game for sure. If you enjoyed this video, check out this video on the screen here, subscribe if you did, become a member of the Orseofkorse, and we'll see you tomorrow with another one. Peace, peace.